ukuleles rimming and chalk.
Yeah.
It's a strong opening chapter.
The doctor went, oh, we see this injury a lot in young men of your age. Rugby?
Oh, wow.
I went, yes.
Famously, that's what happens at allergy clinics.
Yeah.
People just turn up and get told to grow up, and it works.
Grow up. You can always get a pill for it, right? And there's nothing bleaker than an Amazon dildo. I can't believe, I didn't know I'd ordered one, but...
Is it an Amazon Essentials? Oh, no.
A Bezos approved.
It's my made water toaster. Yeah, my made water toaster.
Hello, welcome back. This is My Mate Bought a Toaster, the show that tells a life story through Amazon purchase histories. Joining me on my Amazon confessional sofa today is the fabulous comedian Daniel Foxx. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm more than happy about this. I'm very excited about this.
Can we talk about how you're sit? Do you always sit like this? during
No,
the
this
podcast?
is a sign that I find your company relaxing and I
Oh,
feel
good.
comfortable.
Oh, do you know what? I'm doing closed off body language because I've done a crossed leg towards you, but I'm going to lean in.
Explain how I'm sitting because it's
yeah,
weird.
you are sitting like a lovely lady in an autumnal film. You have your legs crossed on the sofa. You've got a cushion resting on your lap.
Yeah.
And then you're cupping your mug in both hands.
Yeah, I like this.
It's so lovely.
We've gone for cozy, autumnal, kind of like, you could imagine this is an advert for reading a book.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I'm
some sort of great murder novel on the go or something.
I'm going to have a chat with my coastal aunt.
And what would coastal aunt?
Yeah.
Yes, the one down in Devon.
Yeah.
How is she?
She's so well. She beat the cancer and she's doing great.
Oh my God. Can I just say, I've got an aunt who lives in Cornwall. So
wow.
a coastal aunt is spot on as a stereotype. I really hope people are going, I've got a coastal aunt.
It's all the same aunt. It's all the same woman.
It's the same person. Prolific auntie. We've all got inland cousins, but a coastal aunt is incredible. So, Daniel, here we are. I am staring into the abyss of your Amazon purchase history.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked through it?
Very recent. Actually, yes, all the time. Because once a year, my tax method is to not keep receipts at all.
Me too.
Then go through Amazon.
Yes.
And go, well, that must have all been for work.
Yes. And do you send screenshots to HMRC?
I download the little receipt and I send it to my accountant and I go, let's find a way of making this packet of hydrangeas. Yeah. I think this is going to be a very boring episode, by the way.
Everyone says that.
Really, do they?
Everyone says that. And I don't want to get anyone overexcited, Daniel, but often the more people say that, the better the episode. Having said that,
I think this might be the exception to the rule.
Let's see if it is the exception to the rule. There's always going to be something there. Even if we have to go through literally everything you've ever bought, we will find it, okay? Consider this an HMRC audit, okay? But for comedy and revelatory purposes.
Yes.
So the first thing we find, on the 24th of September 2012, you have bought for the grand sum of £0 and £0 a portrait of the artist as a young man by James Joyce. That is purchase number 1.
Oh, what a boring book.
Boring. And Stephen Dedalus.
And I'm going to say this, what a bad writer. I think he's so boring. And because I looked at this because I know your podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder when I started. I am fascinated that I only started buying Amazon things in 2012.
Can I ask how old you were in 2012?
18. So I think maybe I was only just legally allowed.
You came of age
Amazon.
And you dove straight in.
Yeah. So this is when I just moved to London and gone to university.
Right.
So these are all university university like purchases.
Yes. It's university intentions. That thing. Are you doing English, are you? I take
English lit, yeah.
Yeah, classic stuff, lovely stuff. And where did you grow up then? Where were you from?
So from like the middle of nowhere in Hampshire, a little town called Wickham.
Sure.
And always was like, I shall move to London.
Lovely.
And become Oscar Wilde.
Yes.
/ the woman from The Devil Wears Prada, the Anne Hathaway character.
Yes.
A mixture of the two.
Good.
Katie Tunstall will be playing at all times.
Right. Can we just have a moment on Katie Tunstall?
Where's she gone?
Well, do you know what? It's a bit of a sad start. I think she's got terrible problems with her hearing. I think she's had some
Really?
issues with her ears. Yes. I think she had tinnitus or something like that. And I'm speaking very ignorantly here, but I am obsessed with her. She's amazing.
I
Katie
really
Tunstall.
like everything she's done.
Yeah, totally.
There's a Katie Tunstall for everything.
There's a Katie Tunstall for every day of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I go around London, I play that Suddenly I See
Yeah.
song from the opening montage of The Devil Wears Prada, and I
Lovely.
think, look at me,
Here I am now.
a girl in the world.
And so you moved to London in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And you're buying all, I mean, there's Don Quixote, there's Beowulf, London, the biography by Peter Ackroyd.
All of this, had to buy it.
Yeah.
I will just say very quickly, moved to exactly what I thought I would be doing. I moved to Zone 1 Central London.
Whereabouts?
Right next to Waterloo Bridge.
Wow.
That was where my uni accommodation was. And took it so in my stride and was like, yeah, because I'm a girl in the world in London. Because I'm going to work at a fashion magazine.
Daniel in London.
And write my first play.
Way better than Emily in Paris.
And then second year moved and I had to move to like Zone 9. And I was like, I'm not a girl in the world, I'm a girl in the bin.
Have you ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson goes to an amusement park and the car park is so huge, he ends up parking right by his house?
Yeah.
And I feel like you know, from Hampshire.
I was a bit further away than my family home. I was with my aunt in Cornwall.
So you're doing English, and here's a book I suspect wasn't on the reading list, but I love this book. And in fact, this man's got a new book coming out very soon, Alan Hollinghurst, Line of Beauty.
It was on the reading list.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think they plummeted us very quickly into, I think they were like, get over it.
Yeah.
Here's a book about rimming.
Yeah. Yeah. There's plenty of rimming in that, isn't there?
Lots of lovely rimming in that. Great book.
Yeah. I remembered it being about sort of, because it's set in the 80s, isn't it? It's basically it's Thatcher and rimming. It's
Thatcher and rimming, which are interchangeable terms, I think.
Also, interestingly, you bought some anti-dust assorted chalk, some Crayola chalk. Why have you bought chalk?
This is why I'm saying I'm boring. In my halls, I set up a little blackboard. Yeah. And I would write 10 different French words a week and learn them on my little chalkboard.
Oh, my life. That is so dear. And how long did you keep doing that?
A good year and a half.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I definitely know some French words now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive in that case.
Assiette.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Plate. Go on, hit me with another one.
Bowl.
This would be such an obtuse episode if we just
did this for the rest of the
barked French words at each other. But I like that enthusiasm. So were you quite academic then? Did you want to learn? Are you very kind of like, I'm the sponge, here I am living my life, I want everything to sort of come to me now?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. No, yeah, probably a bit. I think almost more than that, I, again, internalized this idea, another character I decided to take on, of being like a Victorian taking on accomplishments. So I was like, well, I must develop my French. Yes. And my piano.
Wow.
I am. My mother is like a mad hobbyist.
Okay.
And I think I've got that. Always a new instrument or a language or something on the go.
And does she always reboot those, or does she have any sort of the main ones?
My God, she's really stuck with ukulele. Wow. She was on bassoon or something like that, but she moved to ukulele, and that has really flourished. That she stuck with that for a while.
Yes.
She was part of a group of friends. There were 6 of them. They were called the Casual Six.
Lovely.
Casual Six.
Yeah, brilliant. Love that.
Then the ukuleles.
Yes, please.
And now it's like the Hampshire Strummers or something.
I was hoping for the ukulele orchestra, maybe. That's quite catty. Maybe that's not.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that. So she was, so very, very into her hobbies. So do you go home now and you're like, okay, she's bought clay.
She's mosaicing.
Right, mosaicing.
She's making cider at the moment. There's always something.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad's on the bees. Like everyone's doing a hobby in my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you still do that? Are you like that now?
Yes.
What's the current hobby du jour?
I've just finished jamming.
In the Bob Marley sense?
No, in the plum sense. In the spiced plum.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I've got very into my houseplants. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like drilling hooks into the wall to like train them around the walls.
Oh, wow.
That's something I'm up to. What else am I doing?
It's a sort of manic nesting. I like it.
There's something in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you've got some chalk. This has been great so far, guys. I mean, we've touched on a lot of things. Ukuleles, rimming, and chalk.
Yeah.
It's a strong opening chapter. The end. Thanks for coming. All the best. Elsewhere in 2012. It's classic stuff. There's things like headphones, and there's
which was a hobby.
Headphones was a hobby
because they're the ones with hooks on. Because I got into running.
Oh, did you?
Me and my dad did the Great North Run and a few half marathons and stuff.
Right. Okay. And has that fallen by the wayside now? Or?
I still run, but my knees are shot. I've just turned 30.
You're far too young to have shot knees.
No, I have dodgy joints, and
Really?
I think doing half marathons for a few years really fucked them.
Really?
Mm.
Now, I turned 40 and stopped running, and it was a really great shout because I was getting hips and knees and all sorts.
Like, I'm hyperflexible.
Aha.
And I do think my next thing will be yoga as a hobby.
Inevitable.
Because I can already kind of do it, and that'll be very pleasing.
Yes.
But I also dislocated my knee when I was younger.
Oh, no, stop. How?
At one of my other hobbies.
Which was?
A cooking class.
God, this is fascinating.
Because I just sort of strode in one direction while someone else was striding in the other, and my leg got caught between their legs and sort of scissored my knee round the side of my leg.
Talk about an unforced error of an injury. You were just walking past someone and you sort of walked through them.
If I walked through their legs, yeah. And the doctor went, "Oh, we see this injury a lot in young men of your age. Rugby?"
Oh, wow.
I went, "Yes."
Did you say yes? Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
So am I to take it from that you weren't necessarily that into contact sports?
How dare you? No, yeah, very much no.
What happened when you were forced to do sports as a kid? Because I hated them. I was fat as a kid and I hated them.
Same, and I didn't do them.
Have you got Inner Fat Kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how's Inner Fat Kid?
He's crying.
Yeah, me too.
I think he got me into comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely had to I can remember my mum taking me to M&S to buy my school trousers because I couldn't fit in the school kit, school trousers, yeah. My mum's favourite story is talking about when I came home with like the cleanest rugby kit after PE.
Yes.
And she was like, what happened? And I was like, well, they got us to like lie on the ground, but I lay on the rugby ball so I wouldn't have to get my kit dirty. And she was like, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Clever boy.
Yeah, thank you.
Problem solving.
And then my other hobby of calligraphy and penmanship really stood me in good stead for faking notes for 5 years.
Yes.
I didn't do PE from like year 7.5 to the end of secondary school.
Incredible.
Until the last year when the teacher cracked down and was like, enough. I'm getting in touch with your parents. I don't believe they're writing these.
Yeah, you've said calligraphy, and I've sort of got the impression that it's on parchment. Yeah. And it's written in sort of 16th century medieval.
Yeah, they're like, where's this boy getting all this papyrus from?
Yeah, and why is Louis XVI saying he can't do PE? It doesn't make any sense at all.
And then my mum, who is of a similar mind, was like, oh, you don't have to do PE, and just wrote a genuine letter being like, he is excused from all PE. He can go and do his art.
And were you at the sort of school where that was okay? What sort of school did you go to?
Just a state in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But yeah, with parent permission, it was okay.
So interesting that the Inner Fat Kid was shed by the running then? Did that help?
Yeah, and I think, again, definitely I have this real influence of like early 2000s rom-com where I was like Ugly Betty, The Devil Wears Prada, The Glow Up. Yeah. Okay. And I think I had this really strong idea of like, I will be a butterfly and move to London.
Yes.
And so I did have like a year where I went really heavy with it and lost a lot of weight. And got like a haircut and moved to London was no happier.
But yeah, exactly. They don't work. It's interesting though, because obviously you are a couple of years younger than me. And in my era was more Richard Curtis was doing exactly those things. The Richard Curtis movies, Notting Hill.
Which I also adore. Wasn't that 2000?
God, was it? Okay.
Look, like 2001.
I'm trying to make some broad historical strokes here. So let's go for Four Weddings. That was the most sort of formative thing in my head. But that was more about apologetic, low self-esteem. Oh gosh, sorry, I shouldn't really. That was how you would sort of somehow bumble your way into romance. That was the Curtisian, what a word, idea of how romance happened. And you would only settle for the perfect, most incredible 11 out of 10 beautiful person who you'd find, which was unbelievably unachievable. And it's interesting, the things you're describing later on are more about, I'm sorry to be a bit cliche here, but it's about loving yourself and going out there and exploring the world. Do you know what I mean? It's more outward facing.
It's career focused is what almost all of it is. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely I'm going to go and I'm going to become beautiful and successful and win.
Interesting though. Lit Crit of rom-coms, guys.
Yeah.
My new podcast. I like that. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to see how different generations and different eras sort of approach that stuff. October 2012, you've bought 2 Wilson Energy tennis rackets.
That is an attempt at a hobby that died in the cradle.
Wow.
Which I would like to bring back.
Have you still got the tennis rackets?
No.
Okay.
I think now that I've seen Challenger.
Oh my God, have you seen Challenger? So this is basically, quick sidebar, I haven't seen it, but it's just a big old film about a threesome, isn't it?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. Well, there is a little threesome, but it's more just like, it's all about tennis, but it's the most sexually charged thing you've ever seen. Like, I was like, had a semi for the entire thing. Every single scene, everything they do is like, there's like hot music playing, and they'll be like having a burger, and one of them just like really quickly before the other one sits down, like the two men will like hook his foot around his chair and just drag him slightly closer before he sits down. It's just everything. Like, if someone did that to me, I would be like weeping sexually. And it's made me want to play tennis.
That's amazing how you have been. What's happened there is that not just sex, but sexuality has been sort of weaponized there to try and sell tennis.
Yeah,
which
hasn't worked.
Well, yeah. When you say love juice, no, score. It's a score. I just find that really, really bizarre that tennis is the thing to try and get people, or sex rather is the thing to get people into tennis.
I think it's something about tennis is also very closely aligned with swinger culture, I think.
Please tell me more.
Don't you just think it's quite like something about lawns and the strawberry jam and the scone and the champagne, and then everyone's wearing little white tops and shorts, and then there's like, come back to the country club. It feels very orgy vibe.
It's decadent. It is a bit pre-epic. You're absolutely right.
It's a bit sort of, it's like upper middle class.
Yes.
Sexy costumes.
The tennis coach
tension.
Tension. Yes. Oh my God, new balls.
And then young people who have to like run and bring you things.
Yeah. And it's also quite a sort of it is quite you could see a sexual angle because it's sort of vicious but beautiful. You have to glide like Federer but be nasty like Nadal. You know
Strong but lithe, and also that whole thing at the end where it's like the edging of sports. I think.
Oh my God, it's edging.
It's edging.
This theory really works.
I think so.
King hell, guys. Hawkeye is basically porn. It's brilliant. Look, Leighton Denny, Smooth Your Soul foot file.
Oh, how glamorous.
Oh, lovely.
I think I moved to London and I thought I should be someone with smooth feet.
Yeah.
You're
going to be that person. Just sitting there, sanding your feet
Sanding down those feet. I think, do you know what? Maybe I had a relationship by this point.
Right.
But only for like a month. I definitely moved to London and was like, time to find a husband.
Had you had a relationship before uni, before moving to London?
Yes.
Right.
For like a month.
What? Okay.
With a guy that I met on Tumblr, of all things.
On Tumblr? The famous dating site
The
Tumblr.
famous dating site Tumblr.
Wow.
Who was, just lived in Portsmouth nearby and dated for like a month or two.
Right, okay.
But yeah, my main, obviously, relationships have happened. I think also when you're gay, like, maybe it's different now, but I think you generally don't get to do the whole, like, I'm having a little day, I'm doing a blah, blah, blah. In your teens, you have to do that in your 20s.
Right.
So you're always like 10 years behind everyone else in terms of experience.
I see. Yes, okay. God, that must make your teens agonisingly frustrating.
So annoying.
Yeah.
The amount of, country songs that I wrote as like a 14-year-old.
The only way to get through this. I'm using my music. I need my music.
And my calligraphy.
I love the calligraphy. God, you're a man of many hobbies. 49 orders placed in 2013. So young, yet so many orders.
I suspect I did make a lot more before 2012, but it will have all been on my mum's account.
Well, she's here today. We'll work with what we've got. You've bought a guitar tuner. You have bought loads of books, more headphones. George R.R. Martin, A Clash of Kings.
Yeah, and look at the dates between. I got so obsessed with those books.
Oh, you did. You an All or Nothing
it's
guy.
Like every week, I think.
All or Nothing guy. 15th of April, 20th of April, 27th of April. You bought those 3 books.
And they're long.
They're really long, but they're really good.
I remember reading them. Yeah, I just obsessively reading them. That was so exciting. That was like one of the last times I can remember going on the train and seeing everyone reading the same thing.
100%.
Thrilling.
Train books, right? You've got your Harry Potters. You've got your Shades of Grey, which obviously a lot of people do on Kindle.
Yes. I love to see a woman reading erotic novels.
It's brilliant.
With the blankest, most unemotional face in the the and you look at what she's reading, and it's like, he felched her up against the garden. It's the absolute filth.
I've never read it. Is it absolute filth?
No, I've not read 50 Shades, but when you see people reading it.
Yeah, and you just know they're
The Girl on the Train actually maybe was the last one everyone was reading on the train.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
got the Kindle version and was reading it going, this is shit. This is really...
It's not good.
Well, I then read the actual book, and it was okay. But I was reading the very quickly made fake version called A Girl on a Train.
Oh my God, that looks similar. So you got the little Girl on a Train. Yeah. You got the Girl on the replacement bus service.
I got It had like typos in it. I was like, why is everyone reading this?
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's amazing. Oh my God. Also, I've always loved to see that when you see everyone reading the same book on the train and just walk down the train going, she's dead. She's dead. Turns out it was her neighbour.
Dumbledore dies.
Bye. All right, good. Elsewhere in 2013, loads of books. We can see we get it. You're a student. The Portrait of a Lady, Henry James, Charles Dickens.
Boring.
No one's impressed.
Didn't read any of them.
Terry Pratchett, I Shall Wear Midnight. I never got into Discworld.
I did, and it hasn't really survived into adulthood.
Yeah.
I loved it as a teenager. I have revisited a couple of times to go because I love a fantasy.
Yes.
And I like his humour, but it hasn't survived into my late 20s. I've sort of gone, I'm moving on.
When did you try and read a Terry Pratchett? Maybe
like this year.
Oh, okay. You tried again.
It wasn't for me.
Okay, all right.
But I did love it.
They are brilliant, though. They're fantastic books. You have bought Kitchen Craft Pure Oriental Chopsticks, reusable bamboo, 10 chopsticks. Lovely.
Because I eat with chopsticks.
Of course you do.
I'll have a smaller meal.
Well,
I was thinking at the time.
It takes longer.
Didn't stop me.
Did it work?
No.
No, okay. You've bought the 100% cotton throw, a black herringbone throw for £8.65. I love a throw because it hides all the sins of your sofa.
Yes.
Just put that on there.
Pop that on there, and no one will see what happened.
No one will know. The evidence is hidden away. No one needs to know. You'll know.
I know.
And that's fine. Are you living where are you in 2013? Sort of student digs now? Are you?
Which month are we in?
Oh, October 2013.
I'm in my first proper flat in London. Which was fucking lovely. We moved to West Kensington.
Oh my God.
And which is like the dog shit end of Kensington, but like
still,
mainly kebab shops. But we were in like one of those like white pillar fronted Richard Curtisy houses in a maisonette. So we had like 2 floors. It was me and 2 friends, and we were paying the same as friends who were living in like South London in student flats.
How did you get this? How did this happen?
We just lucked out, but it was this guy who owned it, but he was like doing charity work in Dharamsala in India, which is where all like the Tibetan refugees live. And I think it just been like, okay, let's just let this for like a very reasonable. I think he might have been a bit of a hippie.
A nice landlord.
Yeah, we were paying like £600 or £700 each, which is not that much for London rent, especially
for there,
especially.
Yeah,
and it was the same that friends were paying in much cheaper areas, and it was so lovely.
Were you a student at this point still?
Yeah.
Okay, racking up huge student debts.
Yes.
Have you still got?
I was the first year to do the student debts.
Right.
The like new crazy ones.
The crazy you owe £52,000.
Yeah.
Do you still have those debts?
Yeah.
And what happens? They just get written off, don't they?
You just either become insanely rich, or they get written off.
It sounds financially like a goer. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think you just have to not earn anything until you're 50 something, and then they get written away.
Right. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck. Well, it was an English degree, so chances are no danger of that. All right. So look, that's 2013. Still a student. Still a student in 2014.
Still there.
Still there. Okay. Good. You've bought a novelty doormat that says "Hi, I'm Matt."
Comedy was inevitable.
It's lovely stuff. I mean, did you know anyone called Matt? No. Oh, damn it. That would have really helped. Oh, this is nice. You've bought a Premier Housewares mortar and pestle. Please, pestle and mortar. Why do they put mortar and pestle? That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
You've got your pestle and mortar.
Yeah, of course I've got it.
This is very high-end stuff for a student.
Yeah.
I have a fork to pierce the microwave meal. That's all I would have needed.
I was 20.
God, you're way ahead of your time here. 20 going on 40 at this stage. Elsewhere in 2014, we have got loads and loads of books, obviously part of the degree. So great, though, that you could just get all this stuff on Kindle for free.
Yeah.
Shakespeare, Oscar Wilde, 52 Ways of Looking at a Poem, or How Reading Modern Poetry Can Change Your Life, a poem for every week of the year.
Yeah. Sure.
Did
Not
you?
one, no.
No,
Never would.
The Poem and the Journey, 60 poems for the journey of life. I mean,
There's
why?
one of these by Ruth Padell.
Yeah, that's Ruth Padell.
She was our teacher, and she is Charles Darwin's granddaughter.
No, she's not.
She's very cool. She was really fun, but bonkers, but in a fun way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a great fact.
Yeah.
So you got taught by Charles Darwin's
Yeah.
granddaughter?
Or maybe great-granddaughter.
Yeah,
one of them.
probably great. Yeah.
Yeah, she was fun.
That's very cool. Did she humble brag it?
She did a lot with animals, like poetry with animals and charities with animals, and then would find ways to slip it in.
Yeah, nice.
Which you would, I think.
I would turn up at London Zoo, go,
Yeah.
Darwin's great-great-granddaughter, let me in. I need to see the chimps. My dad
They
made
need
these
to
guys
see
famous.
me.
They need to see me, exactly. God. Do you have any famous relatives? I've got one very distant
Who's yours?
ancestor. Apparently I'm related to Admiral Nelson.
Oh, really?
Very hard to lean into.
But you're quite tall.
Look, it's many, many decades. Other genes have been involved.
But you're not sailing.
I've not been. You're thinking of cloning?
Oh, yes. Sorry, that's right.
I'm not into sailing at all.
I don't think I have any.
I think families make them up because they're very hard to prove.
I'm sorry, but if I see one more time that Danny fucking Dyer is related to royalty, we all are, Danny, if you go back that far.
Exactly.
We all are.
Yeah. Let it go, Danny.
You're not special. It turns out I'm actually... We all are.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Every time you see it. Danny, stop mentioning it. Stop bringing it up.
So cringe.
You have bought indoor bonsai soil.
Do you know what that is?
How is that different to normal soil? That was the most dismissive laugh I've ever seen.
Indoor bonsai soil, it has much more aeration than your standard soil.
Oh my God, it's all about the aeration.
You poor fool. Yeah. It's quicker to drain, doesn't bog up the roots as much.
Wow. So you're a bonsai guy?
No, I killed that within a month.
Wow.
But I still use that soil for my houseplants because it is just generally better for a plant.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's a good trick.
Yes.
We're learning about you, but we're also learning about life.
Do you want another houseplant trick?
Oh, keep them coming, mate. This is how we get big viral hits here. This is what we booked you for. Forget the comedy.
Do you have any houseplants?
Yeah, we've got loads of houseplants everywhere. Yeah,
do you ever do the thing
a lot of them are dying.
Yes, right. You're watering them too much, probably.
Yes.
Do you ever get the thing where little teeny black flies fly around your house?
Yes.
Before you put new soil in, microwave the fuck out of it. Microwave that soil until it is boiling hot, then leave it to cool down.
Yes.
Then put that in your plant because all of the little eggs and flies in it will be dead.
Microwave
that soil until it's a steaming pile of lava. Then let it cool down. Then use that.
That is so strange, but it makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
I can really believe that works.
It does work.
It's going to be a very hard sell to my wife when I'm putting some mud in the microwave.
Putting the plants in the microwave.
Yeah. Not the
Daniel
plants.
Foxx
Not the plants. Hang on, do the plants go in as well? Just the mud.
Please, not the plants as well. Yeah, just the mud.
That's a brilliant tip. Thank you so much. I will definitely tell my wife that, and she'll ignore it because she doesn't trust anything that I say. All right, look, what we're going to do, we're going to keep moving forward. Daniel, we're going to 2015 now.
Okay.
35 orders placed over the year, coming off the boil a bit.
That's
here.
not a lot. I left uni at that point.
Right, so maybe times were tougher. Maybe you didn't have quite so much sort of endless student loan to dig into.
Do you know what? I moved into such a ghastly little flat with like a random stranger, and probably wasn't buying lots of stuff for my tiny little room that year.
From West Kensington to Weird.
To down the road in West Kensington, but with a freak.
Oh, God.
Hope he's listening.
Oh, God. So what happened? How did you find him? Don't say Tumblr.
Tumblr? No, just like spare room, I think.
Right, okay.
But it was like my other two flatmates wanted to move in with their partners or something. And so I suddenly had to leave my beautiful maisonette.
But you were like 21 at this stage, presumably. Yeah. And how old was he?
This guy, 30s probably.
Right, which is an inconceivable chasm.
Yeah.
Nothing in common.
He looked and behaved like a praying mantis. But he also kept trying to and was mean to me.
Really?
In a sort of like, you've not washed the kitchen today.
Oh,
we had like a daily rota of who had to do which chores. But then would also then have performatively loud sex and leave his bedroom door open, which I think was an invitation, which I did not want to take up.
Wow.
I've seen what praying mantises do, and I don't want any part of that.
Don't they eat their their partner? That is extraordinary.
Yeah.
How long were you?
6 months, I think.
Break the contract as soon as possible.
As soon as humanly possible.
Wow.
Flew out the door.
God, I think we all have those, don't we? Those weird house shares that are just a complete mistake. As soon as you do them, you're like, no, this is...
Get me out.
But they're quite useful to have because then you'll always look back on them and go, well, at least I'm not there now. Everyone needs an at least I'm not there now moment.
That's true.
I'm not listening to a praying mantis have sex. say things
I felt
about it.
very grateful for my next place, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. January 2015 now. So you've bought the Christian Special Day card, Cross and Bible.
I'm sorry. I thought what?
Christian Special Day card. A
Card?
cross and Bible, yeah.
Can I see?
It's with the Bible text. Look, it's a little cross, the Bible.
Oh, this must have been a funny gift card for someone.
Oh, I see. I was about to talk about, your
My faith.
Yeah, exactly. Message inside. May the richest
God, that
blessing...
would have gone in the archive if I'd seen it.
Yeah, the message... Yeah, I got it. Apparently I'm not allowed in the archive, guys. So annoying.
Listen, I just don't need you to see industrial lubricant and things that move. And there's nothing bleaker than an Amazon dildo. I can't believe... I didn't know I'd ordered one, but...
Is it an Amazon Essentials? Oh, no.
A Bezos approved.
Oh, God. Jeff loves this one. Love yourself with Jeff's blessing. Message inside. May the richest blessings of the Lord be with you today and always.
That's quite funny.
It's quite funny. It's quite funny. Exactly. Elsewhere you have got...
I had just started stand-up then.
Oh, okay. So how long has stand-up been bubbling away as an intention, or did you sort of stumble upon it one day?
I think all my life, but thought a normal human being couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching them on TV and being like, well, that would be fun, but obviously no one can do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a magic trick. How on earth they do that?
Yeah, silly. And then at uni did it for like a year.
Yes.
Until a year after.
Yeah.
And then stopped for like 5 years.
Oh, really?
And then came back to it about 5 years ago, yeah.
Oh, so did you come back just before lockdown then? Or
Yeah, mid-2019, yeah.
Okay, so you've dived into it. October 2015, you've seen there's some sort of costume thing going on. You've bought oversized sunglasses, John Lennon-style sunglasses, a pre-tied red bow tie and a white lab coat and a load of party cone hats. This is all on the same day, October.
Yeah, Halloween.
Of course.
What was I? I remember that outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of mad scientist,
Do you always dress up for Halloween?
I love to dress up for Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Are you going as anything this year?
Well, this year, I'll be honest, I don't dress up. But my neighbour has decided that the whole of our street is going to be a Halloween
That's fun.
hotspot. So she's put it on our neighbourhood WhatsApp group. And I have to go next week, genuinely true, to a Halloween meeting.
I want to live on your road.
Do you want to come to a Halloween meeting?
I will come and I will rule it.
Yeah. Take the notes, take the minutes. What are we going to do? Whose plugs are we going to use to plug in the animatronics?
Well, I hope you're going to be buying some of that spider webbing.
Yeah.
To put across the trees and stuff.
The spider webbing stays on the trees forever.
Yes. There are houses around me where I live that are still covered in spider webbing.
Yeah. Just leave it on. It's terrifying and looks a bit like jizz. So you're a Halloween fanatic.
Yes.
You leaned, because we talked about this as we were arriving today. We've got the room nice and cold. You lean towards autumny, wintry things, don't you?
Yeah, I love them.
Couldn't agree more.
I love it so much. I love to be cold. Yeah. I love to wear a jumper. I love to not have upper lip sweat. I love a pumpkin spice thing.
Yes,
I love to make a jam.
Yes.
As you know.
Oh, God.
And
all these things, the pumpkin spice gets a really hard rap, and I know it gives you instant diabetes because it's mostly sugar.
Well, no.
Oh. Come on.
That's if you're getting trash. If you go to Starbucks, the correct order is, I'll have a small oat pumpkin spice latte, syrup on the side.
What does that mean? They give you a little shot glass.
I want the syrup in an espresso cup.
Starbucks game changer alert, guys. Strap in.
Add as much as I want.
Oh.
And the correct amount of that is barely any. Now, the Pret one used to be good last year. This year it's too synthetic.
Yes, agreed.
All the others are not worth looking at. But if you buy the Monin one, the bottle.
Monin is the Ford of coffee syrups.
Yes.
Monin is your go-to, your default. They know what they're doing.
Superior to all. Like, I've just got some. I think that's probably my latest order.
Yeah.
It's sugar. There's no sweetener in there.
Yeah.
And I don't normally go for like a full sugar thing, but it doesn't have the weird acrid aftertaste of sweetener in it. It tastes, and it has like 10 to 20% real fruit pumpkin juice in.
Yes.
It tastes fruity.
Mm-hmm. Actually tastes fruity. And also, if you're doing it as a treat, you're supposed to have sugar. You're not. Aspartame isn't necessarily something you should be pouring into your system.
No, and you barely need any. Less than a teaspoon. It's probably like 10 calories.
You've just unwittingly changed my life, because I go and get a PSL.
Yeah.
And I'll sometimes go medium, not small.
You can go medium.
I know, but I feel bad. But I've never said syrup on the side, Daniel. That phrase...
Syrup on the side.
Syrup on the side.
They will look at you like you're a paedophile, but you have to... You have to keep with it because they will go, what the fuck do you mean? Because they will never have heard that before. And you go, can I just have, instead of the syrup in the coffee, I'd like it in a separate cup.
In a shot thing, and then I can...
Yeah.
Like when you go to a B&B and they give you the tiny little jars of jam.
Yeah.
And I can then choose...
Let me choose. Bon mommy.
Because you do see them pumping away on the syrups and you're like...
Do you ever...
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
So much.
If you're not comfortable with that, the next thing is just say, can I just have 2 pumps of syrup? Which is still sweet, but not like unbearably.
I'm embarrassed to say, can I have 2 pumps? I would rather say syrup on the side, because syrup on the side sounds more sophisticated.
So it's so chic.
Can I get the PSL oats cap syrup on the side?
Yeah.
Genuinely, we're finishing this quite soon. And it's I'm going to get my lunch,
You're
and
welcome.
I'm going to do that. And I'll think of you every time.
Enjoy.
So, what else have we got here? Things are really hotting up here on your Amazon account.
Yes.
You have bought Spy, the movie, on DVD.
What
on
is
the
that?
1st of December.
Spy the movie?
No idea. It looks quite bad.
Can I see it?
It's got like Jason States. It's got Jay States in it. And
it's the Melissa McCarthy. Another flop by Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, I know. She's done some crap movies.
She's so good and she does trash.
She does bad things. I know. I think someone's offering her loads of money, maybe.
Yeah.
You have also bought in 2015. You have bought a bike bell, a little yellow turtle bike bell.
That's for my mum. She got into cycling.
That was one of her hobbies du jour.
Genuinely, and it's dead now. I'm so sorry that I've derailed this podcast so much with talking about random shit.
It's all about
we are 10 years ago still.
This is I know. Got to wrap this up now, guys. Got to do the next 10 years in 10 minutes. It happens every
Does
episode.
it? Okay.
What I'm secretly doing is hoping that I'll just get you back in a year or so.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to crash on through 2016 now. Again, loads and loads of orders here as we look down your Amazon purchase history. Sony PlayStation 4.
I love a game.
Can I just say, as a calligrapher, as a sophisticated man about town, as a man who's bought James Joyce's his first purchase, I wouldn't necessarily have gone, right there's a gamer.
People don't, but I love anything I can be a wizard in or a sorceress.
Okay, a sorceress.
A sorceress, yeah.
A sorceress. So what is your go-to? What's your favourite game then?
Oh,
not Call of Duty, I'm taking.
No,
yeah.
I recently anything where I can grow vegetables, like an online allotment situation, or I liked Skyrim.
Sure.
By
Alan Hollinghurst.
By Alan Hollinghurst. There's a new one called Baldur's Gate 2.
Tell me more.
Which is essentially like a giant RPG. It's Dungeons and Dragons, I think, turned into a game. But I like the story ones. I like where it's like,
yes,
my lord.
Yes.
There's a dragon periling the village.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry, I've got a spell. And also I have, in one of them, I played one and loved it, where you can end up in a very committed relationship, BDSM relationship with a Minotaur.
No.
And that's very up my street.
Safety word or just switch the machine off? I mean, what do we do?
Either.
Just power down and run away. That's unreal.
Yeah, I like the ones with, like, I love a story.
Yes.
And some of them are just like very story.
I don't like open games where you just sort of wander around and do stuff.
I love that.
Oh, no. I like to be told, you got to get over there and get the bad guys to put... The problem is, I just never... Whenever I sit down and start playing computer games, I just get very stressed.
Do you?
I find it very stressful because I really want to win. I'm really competitive. If I die, I'm devastated.
See, I take a very freewheeling approach with everything, movies, games, all of the things. I will not play the main game. I want to, in my head, just be like, I'm pottering around, I'm making a potion, I'm opening a business. I watched a film recently where it didn't end how I wanted it to. It was like happy. Have you seen that Rosamund Pike one? I Care a Lot.
Oh, no, I've heard of it though.
It's good. Anyway, spoiler, it ends with her like winning.
Right.
She's a bad guy, but it ends with her winning until
about the carer.
Yeah.
Looks after. I've seen it. Yes,
right.
I've seen it.
And then at the end, she's shot.
Yes.
She like really makes it, and she's like huge success. And then in the last minute, she's shot.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I rewatched it recently, and I just turned it off when she was winning, and I
Genius.
decided that's my end. She doesn't get shot for me.
I love this. You have no problems with controlling your world.
No.
Even when you're not allowed to.
Yeah, turn it off.
You are a rule maker, not a rule taker.
Finish a series, turn off a film at the point that you want. And that's the end for you.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something to be said for that. Do you have that approach in life, though? That's the question. Is that what you do in life as you're doing all the stuff that you do? Because you've got a huge number of followers, right, on your Instagram and the TikToks and all that stuff, right? So, when you're doing those things, do you feel under pressure to keep supplying that stuff?
So much pressure, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put that on you because you're so chill talking about all this stuff and it's all just like, this is what I want to do.
Well, I know, but it's such a... It goes from being like... And I do think it's fun. Like, it is fun and silly to just make videos in your kitchen and that's your job.
Yeah.
But, like... Also, it quickly becomes like, oh, fuck, I've not done one this week.
Yes, okay.
Oh, my God, I've got to do one.
Yeah.
What's a funny thing?
Yeah, what's a funny thing? Don't go through your Amazon account. It's mine. Got that. Elsewhere, then, we have got Body Groomer, Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. Are you an avid body groomer?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I like to groom my body.
I would say that's a sign of a younger generation, really, really on it when it comes to the body hair.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't think do you know what? I don't need that in another person.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it suits me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I want to do it. You do you, basically. Yeah. No, I get it. You've bought on the 26th of September, you've got the Casio Scientific Calculator, along with a Staedtler Norris Club.
That was a mental breakdown. That was a mental breakdown. I stopped doing comedy. I graduated uni. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was working in like a recruitment company.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with my life?
Yes.
And I was like, and that is about 2 weeks where I was like, I'll become a doctor.
I'm going to be a doctor. For this, I'm going to need a calculator.
Because I would have had to redo my A-levels. And I was like, I need to teach myself A-level maths.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Genuinely 2 weeks. And I was like studying every night, being like, I guess I'll have to learn fucking maths now. Because like, what am I going to do with any meaning in my life?
Right.
But genuinely like a depressed episode, I think, where I'd like, couldn't see myself going back to trying comedy again because I was like, what's the future in that? No one can do that. You can't become a professional at that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you can if you try. But
so you can see how long it lasted because it was only a couple of weeks later that you bought the Sony PlayStation 4. So it's quite clear how long it...
Yes.
I don't want to save people. I want to kill people.
Yeah. I don't want to kill people. I want to make a
Sure,
potion.
you want to grow plants. When... it's really interesting. When you're in the grip of a fad, a hobbyist, do you recognise it for what it is? And do you think, I would have parked this in 3 weeks' time. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why have I bought all this kit?
Sometimes, but some of them have stuck around for my whole life.
Interesting. So what's the fad that stuck around the longest?
Piano.
Okay.
Taught myself to play that when I was like 12.
That's nice.
Could have been a fad though. Guitar was a fad.
Yeah.
Gone. Violin, played it once.
Okay. Yeah. Music, man. I just you have to sit still.
So hard.
It's so hard.
And it's awful until you're good.
Exactly. And also, I don't really like a lot of them. When I was doing it as a kid, it was always classical. I was like, I don't like this.
No, the secret is you have to teach yourself a thing that you would like.
Yes. Well, thanks. Where were you in 1990?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Don't answer that question because you were minus 20.
I was not born.
So, look, Daniel, we're going to go into 2017 and there's Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I love Sarah Waters. Brilliant. Girl on the Train on Kindle. There we go. Yeah. The actual one. You have bought the soft dog toy, the plush wild badger. Got a wild badger here for £5.68. It's a dog toy. Any idea who that was for? Hopefully a dog.
Yeah, I think I started dating. When was that?
June 2017.
I don't think that was for my parents' dog. I think I started dating someone with a dog.
Nice.
And I was like, look at me buying a dog. Bring a dog toy.
Get the dog on side. Mm-hmm. It's like being a stepdad.
Yeah.
Be really nice to the kids. And then
that is my number. If you are going around anyone's house with a dog, bring a dog treat.
It's another great tip.
Yeah.
Don't put that in the microwave.
Put the dog in the microwave and bring the plant a toy.
So look, you bought House of Paws plush pheasant as well. You bought.
Yes, that was definitely for the dog.
Spent 20 quid on toys, and did that work? Did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, this guy's great.
Yeah,
he loves the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's clever.
Thank you.
I at least said calculating.
Manipulative.
Yeah, exactly. The thing I was going a bit negative with it. I was like, no, just come back from that precipice. This is thoughtful.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right. So elsewhere in 2017, there's loads of headphones. Oh, a milk hot chocolate gift set.
Oh,
I mean, it's Christmas Day. We're in December here, so you've got
okay.
There's Christmas stuff happening. Milk hot chocolate gift set. Chef's Larder crushed chilies. 13th of December.
I think someone's making a hamper.
I think something's being put together. Happy Christmas, everyone. You have bought, going back a bit in time, October 2017, you've bought a fountain ink bottle. Oh, a little bottle for the ink. For your calligraphy.
For my calligraphy.
You know who else is into calligraphy?
Go on.
Meghan Markle.
Is she?
Have you seen her
We're
handwriting?
very similar. No, is it nice?
I swear to you, it's the best handwriting I've ever seen in my life.
That makes me like. I already liked her, but that makes me like her a lot.
Me too, 100%.
This is all. I've been practicing my signature for like genuinely my whole life,
Yeah.
and because I've got like a dumb little coffee table book out now. Signing them has been the joy of my life.
Oh.
Going into a shop and being able to do my fucking signature.
Oh.
I once, very recently actually, had to shut down my old like bank account that I opened when I was like 12 years old.
Right.
I was like, why do I have that? I don't
Yes.
put any money in it.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to do the signature that you had at the time. And I was like, I don't remember the signature I had at the time. And I like did my like most recent signature before my current one too, and sent it to the woman. The woman phoned me and was like, that's not your signature.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I don't remember my signature because I was 12 years old. And she was like, no, this is not the signature of a 12-year-old.
Oh.
And I was like, well, it will be. And she was like, no, this is an adult signature, so this is more recent. And I had to be like, no, I'm sorry, that was just the signature I had when I was 12.
So you had... This is what we've discovered already. You had the adult living inside you.
Yeah.
All that time.
Elderly Victorian diarist in me had done it. And it was, I looked at her and I was like, oh, that was quite nice.
This is the pestle and mortar guy. This is that very sophisticated guy. And you were 12 years old. I used to practice my signature all the time. And I bemoan the fact that chip and pin came along, and that killed a dream for me because I used to love signing
I'm
those.
deeply upset about the move to card only. In fact, I'm very upset about the notes, but I would love if we all carried little coin purses around all day. All I want to do is buy something by throwing a little sack on the table and it'd be full of gold pieces.
There must be a way. Someone should make a sack that's got the chip and pin thing in it so you could throw it on the table.
Oh, that'd be good.
Then they just bip it. Yeah. Best of both worlds, right?
Yeah, or does it lean into like pathetic realms of when people made the Harry Potter wands with their Oyster card chip in?
My God, I'd forgotten about that. Who?
Imagine, right, they're a 10 out of 10 love of your life, but that's how they scan themselves through the turnstiles.
It's all over. It's over. You're absolutely done.
Alohomora.
Can you imagine? You just had the best first date with them ever. You cannot believe it. You're going back to theirs in zone 1.
And they whip out a wand.
Boop. I'm turning around and I'm going.
Oh my God.
A wand with Oyster on it. Oh. Okay, all right. Look, carrying on now then, Daniel. We're in 2018 now, and there's all sorts here. Anti-age protection face sun cream with a high SPF. Well done.
Always.
You're a pale man like me. You've
Yep.
got to put that stuff on. Very, very urgent. This is interesting. Mavala Stop discourages nail biting and thumb sucking for kids and adults. Are you a picky?
I've always nibbled my nails. I don't so much anymore
No, they
because
look
that really
okay.
fucking worked. I mean, they're not great now, but like my whole life I'd bit my nails. I did that for like 2 weeks and the habit was gone.
Really?
Mm.
What, is it because it makes it taste disgusting?
Yeah, it's not even taste. It's like overwhelming bitterness, like biting into a banana peel or something. Like suddenly, like, your whole mouth goes rubbery and bizarre.
Oh.
And it does because I wasn't doing it. It was just sort of a habit thing.
Yeah.
But you would have your fingers in your mouth without even really noticing that you're doing it, and that made you go, oh.
That stopped you from doing it. Broke the habit. Broke the cycle.
Yeah.
So you started doing that as a kid.
I must have done always, yeah.
Yeah. It was a nervous thing for me. It was also if there was no food available, I'd eat myself. That was my approach.
Sure. I still do. I definitely still, if I've had a really like stressful, anxious week or month, I want to nibble my nails.
It's interesting though how you don't see the pattern until a certain point in your life. I just always accepted that I just did that a lot and picked a lot, and then one day where I was like, oh God, I only do it when I've had a stressful time.
You must get some Mavala Stop.
Well, I think I should, or therapy.
Well, yeah.
$4.95 for the
Cheaper.
Mavala Stop. Let's go for that one. Elsewhere then, we've got a lovely, nice, £27 on a glass water drinking bottle. Very nice, very nice.
Got to watch out for microplastics.
Yeah, very important. Those microplastics, they're coming for you. Matcha green tea powder, award-winning 100% organic ceremonial grade.
And a whisk, I believe, probably somewhere.
Yeah.
A hobby. No, a fad.
A food fad, a hobby. I mean, Does anyone stick at those things?
I still like matcha, but I do not ceremonially whisk it anymore.
No.
With a bamboo claw.
And nor do you expect stuff from it. I think that's just finding a thing. It's quite nice, and I'll have it.
Yeah.
But I don't think having this celery stick is really going to burn calories.
Oh, I did bulletproof coffee for a while.
What? But this bulletproof thing. So this is where you have butter.
Oh yeah.
And coffee.
I did coconut oil, but yeah.
Right. And then you don't eat.
You blend it.
Yeah.
It tastes fine actually, but it is like an oil slick in your mouth.
But aren't you on mad amounts of caffeine? It's just a huge stimulant.
Well, no. It actually does a weird thing where the fat binds with the caffeine and you get a slower release. So you don't get a harsh peak. That's kind of the point. You don't get a harsh peak of jitters and then depression.
Yes.
You get like an even high.
Yeah, okay.
And I suppose you're meant to replace breakfast with the like 900 calories of oil and butter that you've just eaten.
Yes.
But you feel oily.
Just in your core.
Yeah, and honestly, your poo's at the other end.
Oh, wow.
It's like a log flume.
Oh, my God.
Quite nice in a way.
Well, that's good, just flying out. Yeah, happy days. A friend of mine really got into it, and it's one of those things that when people get into it, they really get into it. Full on.
I got into it because I saw Julianne Moore in a Greta Gerwig film, pretending to be a German woman, and she went.
Influenced by.
She went, yeah, truly, and she went. I'm making coffee. I put a spoonful of butter in it. Gets rid of the sugar cravings during the day.
Oh my God!
And I thought, hello, hello.
Wow, it's another great life hack.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense though. It sort of encases it, and it just makes it a slower release.
Yeah, apparently.
I can buy into that one. Okay, August 2018, the ordinary AHA 30%, 2% peeling solution.
Yes.
A 10-minute exfoliating facial.
AHA, BHA.
Yeah, okay, yeah, AHA, BHA. Explain yourself.
I love skincare.
Mm-hmm. Your skin's great.
Thank you for that.
Superb skin.
That's a hobby that's stuck.
Right,
and
yes.
has developed truly. I am now ordering illegal prescription creams from Bangladesh, and I've never felt better. AHA, BHA, the ordinary, it's pretty good. I don't use it anymore. It's a chemical exfoliant. It doesn't actually peel.
Right.
Probably would if you left it. It burns for like 10 minutes.
Ow! Then, can I just say on behalf of skin, ow. Is that bad?
It's
Doesn't
a
it make all
tingle. It's
red?
not a burn. No, but you look like people think you are melting because the stuff itself is dark red like muscle.
Excellent.
But you then just wash it off and you feel fine.
What does it do? What's it supposed to do? Get rid of...
Well, you should never use a physical exfoliant. Do you remember that St. Ives apricot scrub everyone used in like the early 2000s?
Which had like bits in it.
Bits of shell.
Yeah.
And you would just like sand down your face.
That was insane. You're pebble dashing your own face.
No, it's terrible for you.
Right.
Chemical exfoliant, maybe once a week, maybe less. You put it on, leave it on, it just sort of dissolves like dead skin cells. And it's why Cleopatra used to bathe in the milk, because the lactic acid would dissolve old bits of dirt and skin cells. And it goes like into your pores and like fixes it, so you'd get fewer spots and you'd look a bit more radiant.
I just think using Cleopatra as a sort of moral compass here and sort of skincare compass is a dangerous precedent.
Do you know she invented the vibrator?
Oh
the
my
myth.
God. Really?
Well, yeah, who knows, obviously. But like they say that she had a gourd filled with bees and then she would sit on top of it.
No way. Cleopatra.
Cleo.
Well, you know,
Dirty dog.
There's Cleopatra's Needle in London. Is that
full of bees? I think.
You say that's a giant stone dildo.
Yeah.
If we now see someone sitting on top of Cleopatra, stop it! Unbelievable. 2018, then, towards the end of it, the Christmas rush happens. Obviously, you have got things like the 2019 Unlikely Friendships wall calendar. You've bought a nice wall calendar of pictures of like a fox sitting with an owl.
That'd be for my grandma.
That's lovely. That's very sweet. You have bought Middle Eastern recipes from Honey & Co.
Lovely restaurant.
Yeah, of course.
That was for mother.
Very nice. Very nice. This is what Amazon's amazing at Christmas. Just do it in one batch. Pretend you love people, but it's just one order. Easy peasy. 2019, 40 orders placed over the year.
I can't believe how low it is.
Yeah, that's not too many. Well, we'll see what happens in 2020. Let's have a quick browse through 2020.
I bet it's higher now.
Because we are massively running out of time.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, I see. You've bought 3rd of April 2019, adjustable costume fancy hat, seafood restaurant lobster cap for child or adult, and along with men's green Dunlop Wellington boots. April 2019 here. Huh, yeah. No idea what to say about that.
Couldn't tell you what that was for.
Oh, it's such a shame when these memories just evaporate and disappear.
Wellingtons, I just needed Wellingtons.
Yeah.
The hat.
A weird hat.
A funny hat.
Yeah. Go through your photos and see if you can find something. You've also gone again with the Philips Series 7000 body groomer and trimmer. Second time you've done that.
I've bought 3 of them in my life. They're very good.
But obviously inbuilt obsolescence a little bit because they do tend to run out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just the power of my pubes or what, but like they are great because you don't need to veet, you don't need to wax.
Right, yeah.
They can deal with every crevice.
Lovely stuff.
And it trims it. One of the settings will trim it to the point that you can't see the hair anymore.
Wow.
So it's not just like short, it's actually gone.
It's completely disappeared. Just like a complete follicle evacuation. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm interested. Anti-dandruff shampoo. We have got a mini desk USB fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's mini fans.
Meh.
Yeah, not a huge fan. guys.
I was still at the recruitment firm, I think, at this point.
Right.
Like, let's be flake-free and nicely ventilated.
Yes, I see. Okay, good. So you're working in recruitment and you're...
I will say headhunting, higher end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fancy.
Okay, fine. So you'd go and tap people up, would you?
No, I was more of a sort of like... I actually had a job... my job was to like stalk clients online and like find out everything about them so that then the actual like execs could go into meetings and be like, Barbara, sorry I'm a bit late. I've just been playing badminton. And they'd be like, oh my God, I love badminton.
Oh, that's outstanding.
That was my job.
That's so clever.
So I would literally send these little documents that were like, Barbara's daughter is an artist. She likes badminton. She does this. She used to work here. Like a full internet search on these people.
Wow.
That was my job.
Strangely sinister.
Deeply sinister.
Do you do that now on a potential new partner as well?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. But also, I think that's fair because now single and like I have like browsed through a couple of dating apps. I've had conversations with people where I've been like, oh, what do you do for a living? And they've told me. And then after a while, they've gone, sorry, I've not asked you because I already know who you are.
Right.
Which is awful.
Yes.
So I feel like it only levels the playing field. But I'm like, well, I'm glad Auntie Kath is doing better. How's her Devonshire cottage?
I know everything about you. Yeah. No, I just, it's weird for you. Do you get recognised a lot?
A few times a week. If I go out, maybe once, yeah.
Right, okay.
Once per time.
Okay. Are you good at being recognised? Do you take it?
I'm so good at it and I love it.
Autographs? I'd be like, no selfies. Please let me sign this for you.
Yeah. I'm a little slut for it. And the worst is when you think someone's going to do it. So you put on your most humble, most magnanimous face and they go, excuse me, and you go, and they go,
that was a different face then.
And they go, you didn't pay for your coffee?
Okay, thank you. Cheers, sorry. Great. PSL on the side. Thank you. That's amazing.
I'll just have the bath toaster on the side, thank you.
Look, we've got 18th of December, the stainless steel 16-gram fake lip, ear, nose, cartilage, septum ring. A fake ring.
For a boyfriend, for my ex, who was thinking of getting a nose piercing. And I was like, put this in and see if you like it.
That's clever. Did he like it?
He did. He's got it now.
And now he got the nose pierced?
Yeah.
God, a Christmas present or?
A nose piercing. I'm now seeing the connection with the Minotaur that I enjoyed romancing.
It all makes sense now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It all sits in place. All right, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a quick look at 2020, Daniel. Okay. 114 orders, obviously loads more.
There we go, we're picking up.
2020, it's lockdown year. Things go crazy. We do weird stuff. And you are buying things like a facial sponge, skincare, very, very important to you, clearly. Mamma Mia, here we go again on Prime Video. We are.
It was a dark time.
It was exactly. We're working out what your priorities are. 500 bamboo cotton buds. Yeah, lovely. You can't go wrong with a cotton bud. Just jamming the earwax right in.
That's
really
what doctors recommend, I think.
Yeah, that's what they all tell you to do again and again.
Let's compact that earwax.
Oh my God,
as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to compact it in until a professional has to go in and take it out and tell me off, and then I'll see him again in 2 years' time.
Yeah,
you have got loads of random things. You've got a Stone Effect toilet brush and holder. Love the Stone Effect because you're cleaning the toilet, but you want it to feel a little bit authentic and rustic.
I don't recommend it.
Interesting.
Because the Stone Effect is porous.
Oh, Lords above.
So,
bearing in mind what's going to be captured inside that. How long did it last before you went this?
6 months.
6 months, I see. Okay, fine. There's quite a high turnover in your life.
Yes.
Which I'm enjoying. Very good for this podcast.
Good.
But is it exhausting to keep doing that? Do you ever just want to just have a...
So I think I try too hard to go, this will be the nice version of that thing. And then it comes and it's worse than the basic version of that thing. Yeah.
Okay. Elsewhere, I feel like there's so many different things. £55 on the electric staple gun and nailer. You've bought a nailer.
I moved into wait, when are we? 2020?
October 2020.
I've just moved into my new flat.
Aha. Alone with the boyfriend?
With the boyfriend.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the nail gun.
Got the nail gun. Finally bought, able to paint and put things up and do whatever we want. Yeah.
Yeah, and buy toilet roll holders as well.
Buy toilet roll holders.
It's all there. Okay, so 2020 was quite a sort of,
Good year.
It was an upbeat year.
Famously a great year.
Exactly, yeah, it went down really well. Okay, fine. So you're nesting, you are living in this flat, you're owning 2021, and you're gigging as well by this stage, right? So
started gigging and also started making TikToks.
And how's that going?
At this point, ghastly for 3 months.
Oh, interesting. And this is good TikTok-spiration. So
Yeah.
here you go. If you have started a TikTok channel, how do you become Daniel Foxx?
Churning out videos like every other day, which is a full-time job.
Yes.
At that point, and writing and then recording and doing them all every other day, making them, getting like a few hundred views, maybe a couple where it's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. And then genuinely had a conversation with my boyfriend where I was like, I am so exhausted making these and none of them I think they're decent, but none of them are taking off.
Yeah.
And then that night posted one that got 3 million views or something. And my followers went from like 4,000 or 5,000 to like 50,000 overnight.
Do you think the TikTok app was listening to you? So do you think this is a good tip if you want to start a successful TikTok channel?
Bitch about it.
I'm going to give up TikTok. It's not working for me. None of my videos are getting any views.
Yeah.
It's listening.
Yeah, it's listening.
And it'll give you a little
leg up.
So what was the video that got 3 million?
Oh, it's this really like slapstick thing of, I was like, it was a sketch about when you're served by a barista who makes amazing coffee but is so horrible, which I think is relatable. But and I just like did this whole, I was being like a Russian woman, I think, but made like coffee but was doing like a chant around it and like waving incense over it and then whisking it and all sorts, and then at the end I throw it in my own face. Burns me.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all about cutting away well as well.
Yeah.
You want to end it just as it lands and you put the scream.
Yeah.
End with a scream.
End on a scream.
We'll have to do that today in that case. That's how this episode's going to have to end. All right, you've got the...
that would be such a nice wrapping, what's the word? Bookends.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with you sitting very cottagecore, autumn girly, holding your coffee into your hands.
Yes!
And it ends with you throwing it in my face.
Vomit up the walls. What happened? Find out on this week's My Mate Bought a Toaster. January 2021, you've got the blue light blocking computer glasses. Yeah.
Fad.
Bit faddy. Do they help?
Supposedly correct to do, but you look like Bono.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're orange.
Yeah,
and they're a visor.
Yeah, they do look weird. I just never know whether... fake cigarettes. This is all props now, I take
Here we go. Props, green screens, cameras, lights.
Yeah.
Ring light on there somewhere?
This is great. Ring lights here. We have got loads of props coming in left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Judges, wigs. Oh, yeah.
I don't do any of that anymore.
So did you go for the prop stuff and then you just pulled back on that?
I think I thought that's what TikTok was, and that's probably why my videos weren't taking off. And it was only when even the initial video that went viral wasn't really what I like making.
Right.
And it was only like 6 months into having some following and getting good views that I went, oh, this isn't actually my sense of humor. I've seen other people doing wigs and props and stuff.
Interesting. You're just trying to do them.
Yeah. And then I pivoted to like, oh, well, what would sketches be if it looked like my stand-up?
Nice.
And that then worked.
So do you do very lo-fi, no props, just you? Do you do it with other people?
I do a green screen. I occasionally do it with my my podcast co-host Dane Buckley, who's also a comedian. We sometimes do them together, but generally it's just me.
Right.
I green screen it just because it's simpler than having to come up with something fun in the background.
And do you like to do it quickly? If you've had the idea, just get it done.
Yeah, I like to write it and record it within a day. Yeah. And now I'll have like a clipboard, a glass of wine or something, but I don't like wig and gavel and whatever else.
Yeah, a set, location. That's just the point. It just makes things less and
People
less fun.
online don't want it. People want to feel like it's been made by a person, not by a company.
Yes.
So
yes. That's very
no
good.
need.
That's very good advice. Thank you very much. This is becoming a bit of a TED talk. It's quite useful. All right, here's what we're going to do now as we get towards the end of this episode, which has gone on, frankly, far too long.
Well, I've left every second.
Do you feel like you've been exposed? Do you feel like we found out the truth about
If we go in my archive folder, I think we'll be truly exposed.
We're not going to go in your archives. That is. Could we do that for the Patreon?
Yeah. No, I've really enjoyed this. What a lovely
good.
trip down memory lane.
Well, there you go. That's the idea.
It's weird
right?
how much you remember. Like, I know that Honey & Co book was for my mum that year.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird that you remember everything that you've bought.
I know. But that memory would have just disappeared. Were it not for,
Yeah.
I mean, not saying.
Or not for you.
Well, thank you very much. You're welcome. I'm not saying buying a Honey & Co book is a wonderful, magic, treasured memory, but there's loads of things that you do find where you're like.
But I remember I got it because I went to a friend's birthday party there, had an amazing meal, thought my mum would love this, bought it as a book fair.
There you go. See.
Yeah.
I'm just jogging your memory, guys. Just jogging your memory. Oh look, you've bought January 2022 a small dog hoodie. You've bought clothes for a dog.
January 22.
Mm-hmm.
I just got my dog?
Yeah, it's small.
No,
It's-
I can't have done. 22.
2022.
Small dog hoodie. What does it say on it?
It's a small
My
dog.
friend had just got it. Is it a security?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it for a friend.
Okay, for their dog.
For their dog.
Okay, nice.
It's funny to give a dog a security hoodie.
I just love dogs in costumes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure dogs love it.
No. I don't put my dog in costumes because
No.
he would rip my throat out, but he
Sounds like
puts
you
me
have
in costumes.
It sounds like you have a really healthy relationship with your dog. It's really good. When did you get the dog?
I think January 2023.
Right. Okay. So we're still a year out from getting the dog, which, as anyone who owns a dog knows, is the best part of your life.
And
That's-
is all I buy now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see that now. Let's do that. Let's jump into 2023 very quickly, and see just how much stuff. Yeah. I mean, straight away. Oh my god.
Dog.
Indestructible stick dog chew for aggressive chewers.
Not indestructible.
Frontline.
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite Master Chief with assault rifle.
Oh, what?
Maybe not for the dog. This is in December 23 now, by the way. So
My
this might
brother
be-
had just started dating his girlfriend. That's for her son.
Exactly. There you go. You see, buying presents is lovely. Oh my God. Look, January 2023, 8-panel puppy playpen.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah. Just pop him in.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And it begins.
It begins, and it's just endless from there.
Could you believe what you've done? Those first few nights when you get a puppy, you're just like, oh my God.
Staying up all night
Yes.
with like a breastfeeding mum.
Yes.
Being like,
What do I do
what,
now?
what have I done?
And you're told to leave them alone. You know, when you first get a puppy, they say put it in its pen or its crate and leave
crying
it.
away.
And it cries.
Crate training him was so emotionally fraught.
Yeah.
But every night I think, God, that was worth it.
Yeah.
As he sleeps next to me in bed.
It's complete. We crate trained my first dog. And
Yeah.
then she just slept right next to us.
Yeah.
So what was the point
But
of that?
now I'm single.
Is the
I'm
dog
gonna
on the
have
bed
people,
with you?
Yeah. I'm going to have people over and be like, don't mind him. Obviously, I would not have him in the room when shenanigans was happening.
Can you
When
imagine? He's watching.
when
Don't
the
worry.
Jeff Bezos approved toys came out. But
Why is he panting? Doesn't matter.
but just sleeping, being like, is it okay if he's on your feet?
But it's a good deal breaker. You don't want to be with someone who doesn't,
Who won't want the dog on the bed?
right? Or at least the dog in your life. You've got to find someone who likes
Yeah.
dogs. Have you put that on
Yeah.
on the dating thing?
Yeah.
Is that first? What's the first thing you want to point out to people about yourself on a dating app? It's got to be dogs.
Dog, I think, yeah.
Yeah. You can't have somebody who turns up and goes, "Oh, no, I'm allergic to them."
Oh.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, bye.
It's just over. We're done. What waste of
Why are
time?
you bothering to grow up? You're allergic to dog, grow up.
Famously, that's what happens at allergy clinics.
Yeah.
People just turn up and get told to grow up, and
Oh.
it works.
Grow up. You can always get a pill for it, right?
Or just sniff a bit.
Yeah, just sniff.
My friend
Have a cold.
Pete was desperate for a dog, and so he just got one.
Good.
With really bad allergies, and he
Yeah.
just suffered for a while, and then the allergies went away.
Well,
I'm
good,
not
there
sure
you go.
that's scientifically accurate. Oh my God, there's so much dog stuff here.
Mm.
Kong puppy toys. You spend £100 on brushes and toys and
Yeah.
the de-shedding tool and dog grooming wipes. They're the same as normal wipes, guys.
They're bigger, actually. Thank you.
Fetching plush soft puppy. So much dog
I've
stuff.
spent thousands of pounds on this dog.
Dog bed.
Yep.
A dog crate. £150. Dog bowls. Calm on the go collar.
I've replaced those dog balls now with 2 Le Creuset dog balls.
Oh,
and
you've
it's
Le
the
Creuset the dog bowl.
best thing I've ever bought.
I love that the class system has hit the dogs now as well.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's really good.
So good. So good. Yeah, and just goes on and on and on. Kobe puppy teething stuff. Huel.
Yeah,
drink
Huel.
presumably to feed to the dog because they need
Yeah,
protein
yeah.
because it's a growing
He's
puppy.
buff.
So the dog is an important part of your life. Let's see what's most important in your life today as we
Oh,
hit
okay.
the last 3 months, Daniel. Okay,
Great.
we're going to see where you are now as a person. We found you at the beginning, the free James Joyce book. You're arriving in London. You're doing calligraphy.
Yeah, I
You're-
predict.
You're a fully formed Victorian man at the age of 18.
I think it's going to be bleak.
I don't think it's bleak.
Go on.
Thelma and Louise. That ended well.
That is actually, I'm writing a musical that will be tonally similar to Thelma and Louise.
Okay.
So
So we don't need to take any meaning
research.
from the end.
That's
of
tax deductible.
Fine. Can I ask, is Thelma and Louise a film that you would pause at the end and come away from?
No, I love that.
Right.
I could actually pause at the end and tell myself they got away, but I sort of tell myself that anyway, even though they obviously don't.
I think there's a line of business to be done with films where you re-edit them to avoid that sort of stuff.
I agree.
And put them out sort of
Thelma and Louise ends happy.
optimist.
Titanic ends happy.
Yeah. They just a quick re-edit.
He dies, but she finds the necklace.
All right. So look, the last few orders. Okay. So we've got the Clarins Radiance Plus Golden Glow Booster for body.
Which I use for face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be told what to do.
Clarins on the face. Oh my God.
Go on.
It's so on message. This is amazing. We've got a dog toy.
Mm-hmm.
We've got vitamin D.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, well, I'm so deficient.
Because you are this everything about you that we've learned is summed up in these last few orders.
Yeah.
Because you've got the dog toy and you love your dog, right? Vitamin D, because like me, I'm a winterer.
Yeah.
I belong where the sun isn't.
And it's so important to have.
It's so important to get vitamin D, guys. And finally, the Monin Premium Pumpkin Spice Syrup.
This episode is sponsored by Monin Premium Pumpkin Spice Syrup.
Monin, if you're out there, get in touch. We'd love to form a partnership. But it is...
Even when I'm making it for myself,
yeah,
I whisper to myself, syrup on the side.
I love it. So good.
Yeah.
It's so delicious. And it does just makes you feel like you're in a proper coffee shop.
If either of us ever goes fully bald and is wearing a wig,
Yeah.
the thing I'm going to say at night when I take my wig off and put it on the counter,
Yeah.
syrup on the side. On the counter. I don't know where I'm sleeping in the
Syrup on
kitchen.
the side. That is what the episode is called. This is Syrup on the Side. My Mate Bought a Toaster. Sponsored by Monin. I'd love to be sponsored by Monin.
God,
because,
yeah.
they'd only need to give you a tiny amount of money and it would make the whole thing taste better. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Daniel Foxx, for joining me on the show. What is the one takeaway? What's the one thing you've learned about yourself on the show, do you think?
Do you know what? Surprisingly predictable.
Okay.
Like
you know
consistent.
yourself well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's predictable. I wasn't predicting a lot of this stuff.
I think you'd look at who I was in 2012 and go, yeah,
nice.
He's still going to be that in 2024.
Consistent. He's in the same lane, but it's an excellent lane.
Yeah.
It's a lane with a lovely seaside view. Daniel, obviously people probably already are following you on all the social medias. Daniel Foxx, is that right?
Daniel Foxx,
Okay.
2 X's.
And stand-up wise, have you got? There's a book as well, right? Let's just do all the promotion.
Yeah,
there.
I've got. Okay.
Cool.
I have
Just when everyone stopped listening.
my new book, Bedtime Stories for Privileged Children,
Love this.
is out now. Actually, everywhere in shops, audiobook, online, Amazon,
Great.
all the places.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
You can order a signed version from West End Lane, the Hampstead bookshop.
And
Hampstead
do
bookshop.
get a signed version because Daniel would have probably had a
You will
stiffy
see
while
my
he did
signature.
the
Yeah,
because he
fully erect.
loves fully erect when I sign. Can you imagine if you signed a book? I had a stiffy when I signed
Well,
this.
what was I
Daniel
signing
Foxx.
it with?
Well, quite. There you go.
My fountain pen, my Lamy Safari. Thank you. Yeah, it's stupid. It's a
Great.
stupid book, but it's fun and it's like illustrated like a Ladybird book.
Love that.
Great stocking filler.
Listen, details of
How
all
about
that are in the episode description. And stand-up wise, I guess you're just gigging at the moment. Are you doing
I'm gigging.
gigs?
I'm doing a few tour. I'm finishing up my tour, but then I'll be kind of gigging everywhere and starting to write the new show.
Oh, thought.
Ugh.
My God, good luck. Daniel Foxx, thank you for coming on My Mate Bought a Toaster.
Thank you. I've loved this.
Thank you. Good. Thank you.
I really
I'm
loved
glad you
it.
loved it. Thank God. It's always nice to enjoy it.
It's my mate bought-o-toaster. Oh, it's my mate bought-o-toaster. Yeah, my mate bought-a-toaster. Oh, toaster bar.